What's up, everyone? It's Coach K here. Another episode of What the Heck is Going On in Crypto. I know it's been a while since you guys have seen me. It's nice to be back. Just been working on a lot of different things in the space lately. If you guys have been following me on Twitter at Joel Pop Shop, if you haven't been. Also, if you're watching this video, guys, click that subscribe button down there. Do like and share on Facebook. That'd be great. And let's talk about what's going on in the crypto market and why I think institutions are doing things kind of right underneath our noses. But if you're not really looking because the market's down and you feel really bad for yourself, you need to stop feeling bad for yourself and start waking up and going, whoa, what's actually happening in the market? So I'm going to break down some things that are happening in the market. And yeah, if you're watching here on YouTube or on Facebook, do say what's up, comment, share, let me know your thoughts as well. Let's see who's around. Got Manyo there, and Kenton. My kid loves BTC physical coins, treats them like gold. My son too, Kenton. He actually he lost one of our Bitcoins in like a slot in the car, and he was like, oh no, my Bitcoin. He was like freaking out. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So let me just jump into this. I'll try to keep it nice and short and sweet so you guys can enjoy the rest of your Friday, and we'll see you later on TA Fridays. So the German stock exchange giant launched a these guys are called Börse Stuttgart, and they're the second biggest stock exchange in Germany and the 9th biggest in Europe. Basically, they're going to combine their technology to offer digital assets and cryptocurrencies. People think this will have a very positive effect on Europe. Obviously, as you know, we know that the Asian market completely dominates and the United States, basically. So trying to give Europe a bigger foothold. And there's a couple other things I'm going to talk about as well today to show you that. So if we go over here, let's talk about what Fundstrat's Tom Lee says. So he's been making up a lot of different things of what's going on, and so it's pretty interesting. What's up, Jet? Nice to see you there on YouTube, and nice to see you, Neil, over here on Facebook. So what is Fundstrat's Tom Lee talking about? I'm sure like maybe he doesn't even know at this point, because you watch Tom Lee and say all these predictions, and he's saying the fair market price is 1,380 to 1,400, 800, and so he's saying, these are rare. It's a fair value for Bitcoin. We're in a correction. It'll go back up, etc. So these are interesting things. He says, let's stop focusing on the price, and I totally agree with him, because the price right now is not reflective of where the market will be in the future. And just like Apple and Amazon and Microsoft stocks were in the tech boom afterwards, people thought they were going to die too. Institution pushed them down, and guess what happened? They rose immensely, $20 trillion later. And so if you think of just that alone, if the crypto market got a piece of that, even $5 trillion in 5 years from now would be huge. And I think it's very attainable. So what's up, Eric? It's 6 in the morning. Yeah, trying to get in a little bit of UK early morning times. What purpose does institutions buying OTC help us, or doesn't it? Are they buying to use ETF or just making more scarce? So what they're doing actually, Kenton, is they buy an OTC, so it's kind of over the counter. So it's like black market. If you sold something on the black market, usually you don't pay tax. There's other things about it, right? So OTC is similar to that. So because it's not actually on the exchange, it doesn't reflect in the price of Bitcoin. Now, when they go online with ETFs and with physically backed futures, people will be putting money into those Bitcoins that are physically there, which should increase the price. Obviously, they'll have a lot of the Bitcoins in one location, so that will obviously supply demand. Obviously, if they have a lot of the supply and there's a lot of demand, eventually there won't be a lot of Bitcoin to buy. That's why we talk about accumulation. What's up, Tara? 11 o'clock in the morning about Dallas time. Maybe that works. I don't know. Just trying to give you guys some options. So Fundstrat, I think he's right. I think we shouldn't look at the price anymore. It's not as important as where we're trying to go. And so what he's trying to say here is we should be at this price right now. The market's been suppressed extremely deeply down to the point where Bitcoin is not even $60 billion market cap anymore. We have had a lot of downward pressure, but we should be in some range, in the near future. Now, I don't think that's really that true. Maybe it will take till the middle or near the end of next year to get to that range. But we all know in the longer term future, all the stuff, the infrastructure is being built. And I'm going to show you some of that right now. So fintech firms, Robinhood and Revolut, they're basically going to get rid of the banks. So we have the banking system and they really are against crypto, as we know. So let's look at this. So basically they're going to make, Revolut actually got their European banking license. So basically Revolut is now a bank. And because of that, now you could easily buy crypto through one of their apps, for example. And their aim, as it says in this report here, is they want to be like the Amazon of banking. So super easy on-ramps for crypto banking, basically, which is pretty cool. And I think we need banks still, so this is not a problem at all in my opinion. The Robinhood also comes out the same day, announced they're gonna have checking and savings accounts. They don't have a full-out banking license yet. And Revolut's focusing on the European market, but we all know Robinhood is a US-based company, so they'll probably be focused in the US-based market and potentially even in the Canadian-based market. So these are really big things. You know, they have broker-dealer licenses. They have their stuff set up so that they can basically open their own first crypto banking firm, banking license with crypto integration, etc. And this is going to push mass adoption, in my opinion, because it'll make it easier for people to get involved. Because remember, the biggest problem, and if you've listened to Coinbase's interview on Unchained, their biggest problem is regular people just to get their fiat in to buy a cryptocurrency outside of like the major G8 countries. It's really not that easy in a lot of the countries. Sorry, so that's a problem. All right, so as again, you can see that the Robinhood is trying to get there. They're gonna probably get there very soon, and this is really interesting here as well. So from 5 years ago, all the coins that remained in the top 100, basically, of all of them that lived from 5 years ago, BTC, LTC, and XRP are the only ones that remain. That's pretty telling. We have all these other coins. Some of them still remain. They just do not remain in the top 100. They're very far down the list. They've lost money, for example. Some of them, like NXT, was 16th ranked in 2013 and now has $28 million market cap. So it's not a small increase. It's a pretty nice increase, I would say. If you multiplied that by 5 years, it's 5 million a year. It's not a bad problem, not a big problem at all. But you know, Bitcoin had a huge amount of dominance before, and now it has lost a lot of that dominance because obviously these other coins like, you know, XRP and Tron have taken a lot of the market share. So that's pretty cool. Now, let me just jump in here. Mainstream adoption grew by 54 million people throughout 2018. So as many people want to be bearish about the market, there are a lot of people still entering the market and learning about the market and educating themselves about the market. Now, I've been to a couple conferences recently, as you guys have probably seen, and what I've noticed is there are funds there trying to learn about cryptocurrencies, about STOs, about ICOs, about how they work, how they can make them, you know, go from that old system into this new system, and how they can bridge the gap. So there's a lot of institutions focusing on that. I've also heard through the grapevine that Ripple has been getting bought in huge quantities by banks. Now, there has been proof been laid out from that, but not which I have been privileged to share with you guys. So it doesn't mean I don't want to, it is that I can't. But what I can tell you is banks are buying a lot of XRP right now. Some big ones that you did not hear of having anything really to do with XRP yet. So it's really interesting stuff to keep your eyes on as well. We also know that institutions are buying, and they don't care. It's one thing you guys understand. If Bitcoin is $3,300 right now and it went to $1,300, the institutions wouldn't really care. And the reason why they don't care is because they know in 5 years, Bitcoin will not be $1,300 and it will not be $3,300. So they're thinking longer term, and institutions do investing. They don't do trading as much. So what I mean by that is they buy a thing like Bitcoin with the idea that it will be here in 5 years. So we're going to move along the line and see where it goes. And maybe they'll trade it, some of it and stuff, but they have an investment idea for what they're doing there. And that's really important to know. So the last thing is another good thing for Ripple. I'm not trying to shill. It's just something that I had in mind, and then this came up. So Ripple tapped into Ripple. A UAE firm is going to launch cross-border payments to help with the expat community that live in Dubai, for example, who can then send their money home after working. So this is a really nice thing, and they're going to start this in Q1 of 2019. And there's a lot of institutions, when you look at what they're doing, when they're planning to start trading Ripple, or not trading Ripple, but using XRP and using Xcurrent and XRapid. There's a lot of institutions getting ready in Q1, Q2 for this. So there should be some growth. I don't think it's going to be exponential right away. I don't think we're going to go from 30 cents to $1 right away. But I do believe we're going to have a slow growth in each of these major currencies that have adoption already. And the other ones that don't, they're going to have that come soon anyways after that. So I'm going to open the floor for you guys to ask a couple questions, and then I'm going to go because I wanted to keep it short and sweet and give you just a gradual overview of what's been going on, because I haven't done a lot of videos lately, and I do plan in the new year to be doing more of them again. So I'll be doing more videotaped, recorded videos so I can add some cool stuff into them, but I will be doing a live feed at least once or twice a week, okay? So question up. What's up, Morgan Holland? How you doing? Do you think non-BTC pairs affect BTC price in this next bull run? That's a really good question, Kenton. I think that BTC is going to show its first mover advantage over a lot of the market, but there's some coins that are definitely going to probably separate or decouple from Bitcoin's pairing. For example, there's a lot of firms right now adding in XRP pairs. There's even exchanges that just do XRP pairs. They don't even have BTC. So I believe that XRP will have a potential decoupling from Bitcoin probably near the end of next year or the start of 2020. But remember, Bitcoin has a halving in 2020, and it should also increase a lot, especially because, you know, people talk about ETH and if ETH was gone tomorrow. Well, who's backing ETH? There's not the same type of institutions. Like Bitcoin, you know, is going to be around because Fidelity and BlackRock and NASDAQ and Eris, you know, are all backing them. And we also backed, right? So we have 5 massive multi-billion-dollar institutions backing these things. They're not going to go away. Bitcoin will not go away. ETH does have some of that, but not the same level. And that's why it's in more trouble than Bitcoin, is because Bitcoin long-term definitely is going to be used for what it was intended. Whether it's in the way we really want it or not, I don't know, because of the whole idea of you know, centralization. But yeah. Also, who do you think has the most non-BTC pairs currently? The most non-BTC pairs? That's a hard question. I don't really know. I'd have to check exchanges and stuff. The people that have the most non-BTC pairs, probably some coins on Binance, I would assume, that have a lot of stablecoin pairings. That's probably the most common thing I would assume. Maybe USDT and other coins probably are the most, other than BTC at this point, and probably Ripple's going to slowly take over with a few exchanges already committed and a few exchanges already doing XRP pairings. So that's all the interesting. Does anyone else have some questions, guys, or I'm gonna let you guys go and enjoy your day? Question: what do you think quantum computing will have on? Quantum computing is like Bitcoin now. Quantum computing now is like Bitcoin when it was just DLT patented by David Schwartz 20 years ago. So the thing is, when we had the internet first come out, no one thought about Bitcoin yet, really, but there was the DLT ledger technology was thought about already. Okay. Now we have quantum computing thought about already, but not perfected, and I truly believe there isn't one yet even made. So it's not affecting crypto at all yet. Now, I believe that when cryptocurrency gets to that point, technology will evolve, and eventually we will need something that potentially is less hackable or is 51 attackable, because I am sure that the SHA-256 in 10 years from now won't be as secure as it is right now, and maybe that's 20 years, I don't know. But the point is that it's very, very likely that quantum computing will be the next generation, the next technological revolution that we see in the future. So that's another really interesting point to bring up, and I really do believe Mr. Tomlinson or Miss Tomlinson, I can't see the picture, but I truly believe that that's what quantum computing will have its turn. So we'll have to perfect it first. We know it's like not even Bitcoin yet, so quantum computing needs to evolve, get figured out properly, and then yes, very, very likely we'll see quantum computing get figured out, and then they're going to need to figure out how do they integrate it. Like, think about how long it's going to take them for blockchain to integrate to all the services we're doing. So that will have to take a 20-year, 25-year cycle, which is what the internet's done for us, and it still exists, right? So blockchain will still exist, except quantum will do something else better that will replace some of the things that we do in blockchain. So yeah. Okay. Why Odane? I have a well. Okay, that's not really smart. All right, let's hide that one. All right, so yes, you're welcome, Odane, and I will see you guys later. You guys have a great day. Oh, there's one more question. I think all third world countries will buy a lot of XRP, then create their cryptocurrency system, but keep eyes on marijuana industry. Indeed, yeah, marijuana industry is gonna keep going up. Some people believe it's gonna crash, but we don't know for sure. I think it's just getting started, and if the U.S. does what Canada did, it's just going to explode and boom. And there's other countries looking now, like Thailand even, to legalize medical marijuana. Yeah, lots of really cool stuff going on. XRP, maybe they'll buy it. I don't know. A lot of people talk about ETN in those countries. So it's interesting. I don't really like ETN, but I think XRP definitely would be a great one for them to hold. It just depends on, if they do the research and are told to, or not told, but are led in the right direction. So anyways, I'm going to go, guys. It's been 18 minutes. See you guys later. Have a good one. Coach K signing out.